The beginning of the Tang Dynasty started after the fall of the Sui. The last leader of the Sui dynasty was Yang Di, and because of his harsh and irrational rule, he was assassinated by his ministers.
After Yang Di's assassination, the dynasty looked as though imperial order was going to fall through. Li Wan quickly gained the trust of China and became the ruler. After Li Wan took over the throne of China, the Tang Dynasty began. The new position prompted the change of his name to Emperor Gaozu. This marked the beginning of China's golden age. In the early years of Emperor Gaozu's rule, many advances were made in imperial China. Under his rule, China repaired the Great Wall of China to its former glory. Gaozu also made an effort to improve bureaucracy by re-implementing Confucian ideals in the government. One of the most famous advances made under the rule of Gaozu was the creation of the Tang legal code. After Gaozu appointed his sons as the successors to the throne, a previous advocate for Gaozu killed his sons and took over the throne. The new emperor went by Emperor Taizong. Under Taizong, there is an emphasis on the reformation of the government, social structure, military, education, and religious tolerance. Powerful frontier armies raised by the Tang Dynasty expanded the Tang rule throughout the eastern world. These armies conquered as far into Central Asia as Afghanistan. The Tang also conquered the Yangtze River Basin and conquered the Korean Peninsula. At the end of their conquest, the Tang had united the north and south of China for the first time since the Han. Then came Emperor Xuanzong. He lived an extravagant and lavish life, and his excess in riches led to civil unrest within the Chinese population. The government was divided into two sectors, a civilian sector and a noble group. This caused anger among commoners. Because of these factors, China's economy was in shambles. In addition, Xuanzong was in love. He was in love with a woman named Yang Guifei. She continually asked Xuanzong for favors, starting small. Eventually, Yang Guifei asked Xuanzong to promote her relatives into high levels of the government, which he easily granted. These government abuses were noticed by General An Lushan, who decided that the nepotism of the government was unacceptable. With a citizen population that no longer trusted the government, An Lushan's rebellion quickly garnered support. During the rebellion, Xuanzong retreated, causing his troops to mutiny and kill several members of the Yang family, including Yang Guifei. The grief from her death left Xuanzong incapable of ruling China. Overall, the An Lushan rebellion left 36 million dead. Then came another rebellion called the Huang Chao Rebellion. A former government worker, Huang Chao, had taken the newly improved civil service exam but never passed it. Frustrated, he joined the rebel forces of Wang Shunxi. Meanwhile, the current administration indulged in riches and did not attend to the needs of China during a period of drought and famine.
Huang Chao gained ranks in the rebel forces and led his troops in a battle against the Tang army. In 884 CE, Huang Chao was killed, marking the end to a rebellion that had severely damaged the Tang dynasty and made the emperors powerless. The last two emperors were highly ineffective and powerless. Emperor Zhaozong was assassinated by Zhu Wen, a powerful warlord. Zhaozong's son quickly became emperor, but was only a puppet ruler. Later, Zhu Wen assassinated the son, marking the end of the Tang dynasty in 907 CE. The end of the Tang dynasty prompted the rise of the period of 5 dynasties and 10 kingdoms. Within this period, families and warlords fought for control of China. Throughout these 53 years, China experienced bloodshed and was divided internally. The period of 5 dynasties and 10 kingdoms lasted until the rise of the Shang dynasty in 960 CE.